Now, yesterday, the NEO share price finished trading at $4.36, which obviously, to some of the new investors, this was so good, whilst to others, some are really negative, even with us finishing the day on a green. They are saying that we have seen the situation before. NEO will go up 5% in a day, yes, but Monday it might go down by 10%. And I think it's fair because that's what sometimes we see coming from the NEO stock. But obviously there will be, or what those investors are not also thinking about is that there will be a day where the spike that we see on NEO never drops down again. And that day it's very close. This is what I've been saying to say that, look, Chinese equities have been beaten down for quite some time. And I think right now we are in the era where we see massive recovery from Chinese equities because some of the things that were making Chinese equities to drop, to plunge, some of them are being easily solved. A video before this one, we're talking about what President Trump was saying about the China relations, or the relations between the US and China, which the post was so great. We discussed it in detail in the previous video, which, forgetting about what Chinese EV makers are doing, that is a very good statement, and we discussed it in detail in the previous video. And now seeing obviously NEO continuing to do very well, it is something that obviously it's great. And one thing that yesterday I would like to believe that it made NEO to surge more than the other EV stocks is the inclusion of NEO onto the Hang Seng index, which is something that is great, and we discussed it yesterday. Over and above that, the GDP figures for China came in much better than expected. I mean, you will notice as seen on the screen that NEO finished the day up 4.8%, trading at $4.36. Li Auto 2.3%, 22 and 59 cents, and XPeng 1.8%, $14.13. Baba 3.2%, $85 per share. Then Rivian and Lucid. Yesterday finally we got to see them at least dropping when other EV stocks are surging. I mean, we have seen, I mean, in a couple of days we were only seeing every day, all day, Lucid and Rivian being the ones that are surging, being the ones that are rising. But fundamentally, when you look at the kind of sales they're generating, one has to wonder that why are they even valued way more than NEO? Because for a company like Rivian, you will know that they sold over 14,000 vehicles, whilst Lucid in Q4 sold just over 3,000 deliveries, which shows you, or which makes you to see how undervalued NEO is. Because if Rivian is valued at over $14 billion, Lucid is valued at over $9 billion, but NEO is still valued below $9 billion, but yet they are able to produce or sell vehicles of over 72,000 in one quarter. You and me can agree that it's a no-brainer that we all need to be investing into Chinese equities when we look into EV, because even Tesla themselves, I think, in my opinion, they are quite overvalued, because Tesla PE ratio at this very moment, if I'm not mistaken, their PE ratio is at 116, and this to me I think is too much. But anyways, I'm not here to evaluate Tesla, but all I know is that the opportunity are on Chinese EV makers. So when you look into the fast growing EV space, the opportunities right now are on the Chinese EV makers, because they've been beaten down for quite some time. NEO, it's even worse. The story of NEO, it's even worse, because even Chinese EV makers have now been surging way more than NEO. I mean, 2 days ago we spoke about XPeng having a market cap almost $5 billion more than that of NEO, which shows you that NEO is a stock that has been suffering the most, and therefore in a recovery, or during the market recovery phase, we are to expect NEO to be the one that gains more, because I think the valuation on NEO is just so ridiculous. It's not funny anymore. But that's why you find some of the new investors, or quite a number of the new investors, going in the market to buy NEO or to increase their holdings, because they know that it cannot be that XPeng is valued more than NEO. It cannot be that, of course, Lucid is valued more than NEO, Rivian is valued more than NEO. This cannot be, and for that reason, that is the main reason why, or it's one of the big reasons why I continue loading the boat, because NIO, we all know that they are not just only about cars. There are quite a number of things that they are doing which other EV makers are not doing, like battery swapping, battery rentals. Other EV makers are not doing this. It is only NIO that is doing this, and there is some pretty good story that is happening around that, which, knowing that, plus that NIO is being beaten down with that still, it just makes me to want to load the boat, go in the market to load the boat whenever I can. But I'll be open with you. Last week I didn't buy, right? Because I told you that I was out of cash. And this week, most definitely, I'm getting my first paycheck midweek. And when that paycheck comes, guess what? It's going on NIO. I'm going all in on NIO. There's no other stock that I'll be buying except me NIO. And the day I buy, I'll definitely share with you how many shares I bought and all that. But obviously I'm not rich. It's meaning that my buying is not that, it's not that much. I mean, I see other guys are buying like 7,000 shares. I'm not at that level yet, but the kind of level I'm at, I can buy 200, I can buy 300, I can buy 100 shares at a go, right? But obviously there are some others that their pockets are big and they can buy obviously 7,000, 10,000. But I know one thing, that I'll get to also to that level. So I will be buying this week, just that's for sure. That's for sure. The day I buy, I'm going to tell you. When my first paycheck comes, I'm going to buy. Then next week I've got a second paycheck coming. I'm also going to pay to buy NIO, which is something that of course I look forward to, man. I'm very happy because I've been doing the countdown to say I cannot wait. I cannot just sit down and see and watch NIO being beaten like this and I'm not accumulating, which, knowing that I'm going to get paid, finally I'm going to accumulate this coming week, it is something that gives me peace, that makes me to be really excited, because like I said, it's a no-brainer that NIO will do very well in the future. So yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited. Blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will be the ones to be rewarded. I know. Share price wise, NIO might still not be favoring us, but one thing is for sure is that in the long term, we shall be rewarded, especially when NIO gets to profitability, which is coming in Q4 of this year. We are most definitely going to be rewarded. Those that are persevering toward the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. It's a showcase because we know what we are buying, we know what NIO is all about, we know where NIO could be, and therefore we will always take the low trading prices opportunities to buy more shares. So that's all from me, man. Do your own due diligence. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe, because every day, all day on this channel, I talk about NIO, because I believe one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded. I'll see you on my next video, man, and God bless you all.